welcome to another episode of The Wave Talk. I am your host, Michelle, and we are back with Season 2, Episode 16. Oh, I'm so excited. I think we probably going to start at like, 25? Is that too... How many... I don't know, maybe not. I don't want to put a number on it, but we're ending in June, so, this is like the best time to get on before Season 3 starts, so I don't know. If you want to be on the show, make sure you email me for a feature. We'll see what we can do. But before I jump into my topics, I always like to ask my audience, how was y'all's week? Was everything good? It was a good week? Yeah? Y'all do anything exciting? Anything just work? Not yet? Yeah? Today is exciting? Okay. Just things in general? Or? Yeah. Aw, we love birthdays. It is Mother's Day weekend. It is a good weekend. I was supposed to go to brunch with my mama today, but it really wasn't like with just her. It was with everybody, and they had planned it for 11, and I wasn't going to go originally because I had this to do. So then she was like, well, I'm going to send you $20, and I was like, okay, well, I'll be there. I put in the GPS, and it's 18 minutes away, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. And I felt kind of bad because she was like, you're not dressed already? I was like, no, I'm not dressed. I'm going to be late. And then it was like one of the reservations where everybody can't sit down unless you're like everybody is there. I hate them kind of reservations. Just let me show up. And then I can pull up a chair if I need to. But it's like I'm naturally late. I don't know what's wrong with me. I try to be on time. We was on time today. We were. We did good. But yes, enough of the chit chat. Let's get into the topics. Up first, I want to talk about egos. Have y'all heard of like an ego death? Where you like rid yourself of your ego? Nobody's heard of that? Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I'm going through that transformation to where I'm not letting my ego hinder me. And I feel like generally whenever people hear the word ego, it's got a negative connotation. People think of like egotistical or somebody who like brags and boasts a lot. But it's not even that deep. It doesn't even have to go that deep. Like your ego could be... well, I'll just give you like the specific example. Like whenever you're being rejected in a sense, you take that personally. Whole time it's just a person making the choice of whether or not they want to deal with you. But your ego is taking it as, wow, why not? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with me? Whole time it's nothing wrong with you. It's more so they just, you know what I'm saying? People have the liberty to choose, to deal with you or not. And I feel like my ego has been getting in the way of that. Like, I'm not handling rejection well. It's pretty tough. I don't know. I guess nobody else here is dealing with their ego, so it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I am, so I'm working through that. And I think, like, the talks that I have with, like, the new friends that I'm meeting are, that's definitely helping me escape from that. So I'm working on my ego, guys, and I think you should, too, if you're out there. I think so, too. I think so. Yeah, I agree. My next topic, there is a proposal to raise the voting age to 35. Yeah, have you heard of that? Republicans are trying to roll that out. They are really trying to take away all of the voting laws little by little, right up under our noses. 35. You don't even have to wait until 35 to rent a car or something. That's real late.
They don't want to go 21, 25.
That's crazy. No, they don't. 35 is late.
They don't give a damn no more.
And you wouldn't even be able to, I wouldn't be able to vote right now.
You spend your whole life not voting. By the time you're 35, you probably not going to care. You got to let them be a part of this.
It's like, I ain't been voting.
Yeah, because you ain't going to know nothing about it. You're not going to pay attention to politics if you're not voting. You're going to have a huge generation of people just not even caring about it. We already don't care.
Right.
You may think where people can't vote. They don't give a damn about it.
I know.
They want.
That's exactly what they're wanting. They was like, well, I mean, y'all don't vote anyways right now, so we might as well just raise it up to 35. But if that's the case, let's go ahead and make that across the board. If y'all want to be like that, make it for guns, make it for whatever. I'm saying, like, if y'all going to pick one, let's not just nitpick. Make it across the board.
How can you drink and buy a gun?
Right.
And go to the war. Join the military, but you can't vote. Right.
That don't make sense.
It don't make sense. I don't agree with that, and hopefully it does not pass.
They need to lower the age. Shit.
To what?
15 something.
15. Now, I don't agree with that. Now, in cases where, like, Nia Monet...
Input.
Well, yeah, but she's a part of the Young Democrats. So, for stuff like that, yes, vote for that.
I'm just saying everybody's voice needs to be heard.
I do agree.
Take the vote away from that already from 18 to 35.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
15 to 18, they're going to be the next voters if we keep it at 18.
Yeah.
They need to be knowing what's up. We didn't.
They do need to be privy. There needs to be like young achievers politics. I went to vote. That's when Obama was coming. Yeah, I went.
Yeah, but who else did you vote for?
I voted for everybody up under the Democrat side. I vaguely remember, and I went in there and it was like first time voter. It was on the it was in Spencer. I remember it was cute. It was a good time. I should have had a little voting party. I don't know. I do plan on having some politicians on the show because I do want our age group and our generation to be more involved, because a lot of the stuff that we're complaining about can easily be changed if we do become more involved and tap in. So, yeah, we learned a lot on the Wave Talk. We did a little different. But my very last topic, just real quick, have y'all ever been thrown up under the bus? I have not, but I threw somebody up under the bus, and I wasn't even trying to like that. I was just trying to like tell my side of a story, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that I was inadvertently still.
Two things can be true at the same time.
They can be.
You're telling your truth, but you also threw this person on the bus. That's fucked up. You didn't intentionally do it.
I know. It was terrible.
You realized it as it was happening?
No, I realized it after they asked me. It was like, did you tell so-and-so that I said so-and-so? And I was like, yeah. Why would you say that? I'm like, well, shit, I mean, you told me. I figured it was okay to say. Don't tell me don't tell me something you don't want me to repeat. It was bad. But it was over a boy. You know what I'm saying? How mad could you really be? How mad can you really be? You don't count. I don't know. I think that we need to be more mindful whenever we're having conversations, because there is a way to tell your side of the story, and I throw nobody up under the bus. So, you know, just be mindful in our conversations that we're having. Major key. But yes, those are our topics for episode 16. Yes, episode 16. I keep forgetting because the numbers are going up. But everybody stay tuned. We're about to bring on our very special guest. Stay tuned to find out who it is. Thank you guys so much. Something about that applause just does something to me. I don't know. But welcome back to the Wave Talk. I was about to keep going. You know, I like to stop and look at myself because what are you doing? But welcome back to the Wave Talk, y'all. We have our guest here. We've got Mr. Derek, a.k.a. Young Black Mayor, sitting on a pretty blue couch. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Good. Now, whenever I ask people, how are you doing? I mean, internally, are you having like feelings of anxiousness? Are you content? Are you whole? How are you truly?
You mean like in this moment or just in
Whichever,
life?
in life.
On this couch?
On this couch, however.
Just in general, you know, I'm really excited. It's an exciting time. Mm-hmm. You know, it's springtime.
It is.
You know, and everything. So a few milestones have been reached and things like that. So yeah, it's a good time right now.
We love reaching milestones.
Yeah.
Now, off camera, he was telling us a little bit about where he's from. You said that you were raised in between, don't tell me, Lawton and Tatum.
Absolutely.
Tatum is a black town. A lot of people don't know that, or they should.
Yeah, historically all black town.
Yeah. Now, how are you raised in between, like, which one were you born, or tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Lawton. I was also raised an hour east of Lawton, which Tatum's, that's where my family roots go to. So essentially, Tatum on the weekends, holidays, vacations, summertime, stuff like that. Lawton is where I went to public school at. We have no public school in the black towns anymore in most of them. And so they bus about 7 miles away. So my mother, she lived in Lawton, but we dwelled in both places. I was
That's neat.
pretty blessed.
Yeah, that is neat. A lot of people don't get to say that and really mean it.
Yeah, I was raised up in freedom as a little black boy, really not knowing the power of that over in an all black town until my adult life. So,
raised up in freedom.
Absolutely.
I like how you said that.
Yeah,
what does that
sure.
mean specifically?
Well, free to do as we please in safety.
And safety.
And our own self-governed town, not just black community, but a township.
Yes.
No doubt.
How did we steer from that? Because at one point, didn't Oklahoma have like the most black towns in the country?
Yeah, absolutely. We still do.
Okay, we
have
still
13
do.
that still exists right now.
Okay.
Most states don't have one.
Damn.
And so just the same systems and trends and waves of the past, you know, migration to the cities, getting away from farming, integration more than anything. And so that's how we got away from that. But we back.
We back.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know all 13 off the top of your head?
Oh, yeah.
I
no
didn't want to
doubt.
ask you and put you on the spot, but can you? Because I only know of Tatum's
Okay.
and Langston.
Okay.
I don't believe Guthrie is one.
No.
Okay.
What's the big one where they had a rodeo at?
Oh, Bowley.
Bowling.
They have Bowley. Is Okmulgee? Is
No.
one? Dang. We talking about black towns.
Yeah.
Hugo one?
No. People always try to bring Hugo in there.
Because it seemed like
It's
we
all
been
good.
Hugo.
Yeah, it's all good.
Dang. I don't know anymore.
So you've got Vernon,
Vernon,
okay,
Oklahoma.
Grayson, Clearview.
Okay.
All right. You got Renniesville.
Wow.
You got Brooksville. You got we said Tatum's, of course. Lima.
I know Lima.
All right. Redbird, Tallahassee, Summit, and Taft.
I know
That
Taft
should be
too.
it. I believe that's it.
That is amazing.
13 that still
13.
exists, but
That still exists.
yeah, 13 that still exists. Well, I mean,
That's what we were just
the
talking
internet,
about.
The internet, if you Google it, you know, most scholars, the highest they really would say was about 50 black towns. I got like well over 100 black towns and settlements in Oklahoma on my list, so I probably got the biggest list.
Wow.
The
Everybody.
whole landmass was ours, you know what I'm saying, once upon a time. So.
Yeah, it's
Were you always a historian?
Nah, I wasn't.
When did this start?
Probably, I was well into my 20s by the time I really got into like digging down into history. I didn't learn about Black Wall Street till I was 21. So even being from a historically all black town, growing up in Freedom, as I said, not really
Right.
knowing about it, nobody was really around to really tell me the importance. Nobody was around to break down the actual history of it, and so it was kind of late. Most of us were, especially if you wasn't from a black town or raised up
Right.
in that culture. I had Oklahoma history in 8th grade. They mentioned the black towns, never said anything about Black Wall Street, so yeah.
Even whenever I took Oklahoma history, we didn't even delve into any black towns like that.
You know, it's crazy. I had Oklahoma history, and we talked about no black towns, but they talked about the race riots, and they
Yeah.
didn't talk about
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
The
They
massacre.
had the massacre. They talked about race riots. They had
Right.
race riots that happened in Tulsa.
It put such a
What?
negative connotation
they
on
made
it.
seem like they made some that's what happened. Like, oh, black Martin just couldn't get along, and we had a riot. And
Right. No, that ain't how it
yeah, they
went.
talk some bullshit.
Yeah, even right now, as people begin to know about Black Wall Street, Tulsa, or Greenwood, they know about it more so from the massacre,
That's true.
not about the economic success of the community, which is really still like not
They
told
downplay it.
in its entirety. It's so many individual stories about successful business people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the most successful in the nation. So I'm always making a point to let people know Oklahoma's black history is unrivaled, like no other state. You know, while we were learning about the Harlem Renaissance, you know, it was a big renaissance taking place in Oklahoma or Indian Territory, more specifically. That made all of the difference.
And it's so crazy because people from other states are like, there's black people there? Like, I've traveled to places up north and they're like, y'all got, I'm like, yes, it's plenty of black people here in Oklahoma.
That was always a thing for me. So that's how I'm still here because, you know, I've done a lot with regard to, you know, pursuing different passions outside of Oklahoma, especially. I've been to all four corners of the nation, and they definitely always say that.
Always. And it always surprises me. I'm like, yeah, I'm from there.
Yep,
I don't know. I
absolutely.
always find that strange. But the name Young Black Mayor, did you give yourself that moniker?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you plan on joining any politics?
Well, I ran for mayor.
You did?
I ran for mayor in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Down in Tatum's.
How was that?
So,
how was the experience?
It was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Young Black Mayor, you know, that's my journey essentially. That's how the name come about from my experience. And it's really about young people, black folks, being more motivated to step into these positions of power.
Right.
I think you mentioned something like that, you know, with regard to if we want our community to reflect, you know, what our vision is.
Yep.
You know, typically, even for me growing up, you know, the perception was older people in these positions.
That's so
And
true.
So that's definitely a big part of it. But it's my journey
Yeah.
more so than anything. The journey of the young black mayor, and you know, if I may get braggadocious, you know,
Come
I've got
on.
the key to the city of Lawton. You know,
Okay,
I got
key
the
to the
key
city.
to Oklahoma City. You know, so with regard to
Some real history here, y'all.
just calling myself that, you know,
Yeah.
it's definitely not just me
You deserve that
saying
because
I'm the young black mayor.
Right.
It's a real thing for
you
sure.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of people will get on these types of platforms and just be talking, but you know the history in depth. The first time I saw you, it was on TikTok, and I didn't even know that you was from Oklahoma.
Oh, word.
Yes, I saw one of your videos. It had went viral, and I was like, oh, he's talking about Oklahoma. I'm from here. How you know so much about Oklahoma? And then I started to do my Googles. I'm like, okay, he's from here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really neat. So with your platforms, you know, getting a lot of attention, have you been reached out to anybody who you found was interesting?
Reaching out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I kind of messed around before they just, you know, did the whole blue check thing on Instagram. Before people could, you know, pay to get it, I filtered my notifications by accident to verified accounts. So I was able to see blue check people
Oh,
that had
wow.
started following me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, snap. But yeah, people reach out. It's cool.
That's a really cool position that you have because it's not a lot of people who are doing this, who are, you know, going out of their way to teach people.
Yeah, history influencers.
History influencers. We don't have a lot of
I coined
those.
that for sure. I can't
I
hold
like
that,
it.
no doubt.
History influencers.
There's a good community of history influencers at this
Okay.
point, but the term didn't really exist before I became the #1 history influencer.
So what is your goal with being a history influencer? Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What do you want us to know?
I have a whole movement. You know, the young black mayor. My work with regard to the revitalization of our black towns and the redevelopment, actual physical redevelopment of the black towns. You know, it's a real actual mission.
Yes.
And so ultimately I have to educate as many people. We have to educate ourselves at the highest level about the history in order to know what we have there, so we can get like-minded people on board to actually accomplish this mission. You know, this is very much a hidden history.
It is.
Oklahoma has a hidden history of the most successful black town in all of American history.
Right.
On the flip side, most Americans have never heard of black towns, which are towns founded and governed by black people from the very beginning. So there was no racial oppression in these towns. A very, very important history, but it's one of the most hidden histories, and it's almost crazy because like there's so many advocates for the protection of black lives. Hardly anybody can tell you where black lives were actually most protected in all of American history. It was the black towns of Indian Territory. So.
Now, you did say that twice. Talk about the importance of it being specifically on Indian territory.
Yeah, so this wasn't considered America or the United States.
Right.
And so black people, we were able to govern ourselves at the highest level, the earliest out of any spaces across the United States, especially the South, where slavery, the institution of slavery was practiced and legal. And so black men became U.S. deputy marshals in Indian Territory in 1875. So we're talking just a year shy of a decade of being out of slavery.
Right.
You have black men empowered to arrest even non-black folks. And so our towns,
major.
our community, our towns were protected at the highest level because, you know, we were U.S. deputy marshals, and men like Bass Reeves, the most feared lawman in American history. You know, it was a big deal back then, you know.
Oh my gosh! So over time, like, where was it that you studied? Because you don't just go on Google. Were you in the libraries reading encyclopedias?
Yes. So I have an extensive library. You know, that's why I got a book. That's why I got the.
I was gonna ask you about that next.
The most dangerous and entertaining history book of the culture right now.
Okay.
It's very much still underground. You know, that's the milestone that we just came up on. I actually been grinding this book for a year without Amazon or any major platforms. You can't pull it up on Kindle. But I started going to estate sales, and they let go of books for the low. And so I really got into books going on about a decade ago. Well, I guess a little more than a decade ago. It was actually because I read Melvin Child's book.
Okay.
Melvin Childs, who discovered Tyler Perry right out of Oklahoma City.
Right.
He released a book in 2012, and that was the first time I really, like, in my adult life, like, read a book, like, straight through because I couldn't put it down. And that kind of opened me back up to reading. You know.
I didn't know Melvin Childs discovered Tyler Perry.
Absolutely, right out of Oklahoma City. He launched Tyler's career, right, as an upstart promoter, not even knowing the game, right from the radio station over at Perry Broadcast.
That is crazy.
1998.
Yeah, a lot of people out here in Oklahoma was on Tyler Perry before other people were around the nation.
Yeah, for sure.
My mama, like one of my older aunties, they the ones who brought the plays and stuff.
Yeah, the stage plays.
I used to watch those plays. I had no idea. I don't know. It's stuff like this that be making me proud to be from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of ways to not be.
I've been dropping a lot over the past year, you know, the hidden histories of the Oklahoma Black Facts, which is the name of the book. I've been dropping a lot.
Let's talk about it. Pull it up. Put it on camera. Let everybody see it, please. Yeah, he got a book. Oklahoma Black Facts. The most dangerous and entertaining history book of the culture. It's at the top, not a novel, more like a list, fam. Okay. So, you know, you really could digest this book fairly quickly. And it'll catch you up to speed on, again, some of the most phenomenal Black history in America. The biggest surprise is that it's Oklahoma Black history. And it's so much. How do you even decide to put in there? It's like, how do you? I just had to put the dopest stuff in there. Yeah, just put the dopest. And so that's what I did. You know. Okay. It's 130 entries of hidden history specific to Black people and our contributions here in the state. Like I talk about Tupac's connection to Oklahoma. I talk about Drake. I connect a cool connection with Drake to Oklahoma. Sorry, that's my favorite. It's not just your traditional history. You know, I've got some entertainment history like the Gap Band, you know, Uncle Charlie Wilson. That's right. I mean, you know, that's Tulsa, right? So, you know, even growing up, I didn't know that, you know. I didn't find it out up until, I think 2016 is when I figured it out. Yeah, so a lot of entertainment history in addition to some of the most... catch that line Charlie used to just say in that song. What did he say? Baby. Yeah, so. And that's what GAP stands for, Greenwood... Something is something. There you go. Y'all know. See, we supposed to know this. Like, you know what I mean? We're supposed to know this. We're supposed to know this. If we go through a public school system in Oklahoma, we're supposed to. You know how many people don't know what Oklahoma means or what boomer or sooner means? A lot of people don't know that. Like 80% of people. Which is scary. Yeah. Why is Oklahoma so scared of their history? You know that the boomer movement. You know the boomer movement was very much anti-Black. Yeah, I heard. Yes. I heard. But it's powerful history, though. Like we shouldn't be ashamed of it. It just takes somebody to break it down. So again, that's what I'm here for. Now I'm curious, with you having all of this history, have you gone to any schools to figure out how to put this into the curriculum? Well, I talk about in the intro how I was banned from 4 schools in the metro area. Banned? Uninvited, banned. Yeah, but still, like, for what? Just really for passing on, you know, true information. I think I really just caught the critical race theory wave a little early, because this was like going 3 years ago at this point. This was actually prior to the pandemic. This was right around the walkout. We were just talking about that earlier today. After the walkout. And so I just was passing on, like, real information. And we have a Oklahoma Black History brochure that's produced by the State Department of Tourism. It's called Long Road to Liberty. Okay. And so it's got all of our Black history and culture that the state recognizes. They got it in this brochure. I had to get you some. If you may have seen it. But I gave that to some students that were interested, of course, and then, you know,
I was accused of passing out literature trying to start a racial movement at one of the schools in Moore, Oklahoma.
Oh my
One of the
gosh.
high schools in Moore.
Have you been to Millwood in Douglas?
Nah.
Oh my gosh, you have to.
Yeah, so I'm not active as a a substitute teacher
I got
anymore.
you.
And I spent time over in Dale City and Midwest City. I didn't really make it all the way because I'm coming from Lawton all the way up this way. Over the course of time, I just kind of stayed active as a substitute teacher. That way I could, offer my perspective and my experience, within our school and get some of this history to the students. I would go in history and social study classes. I wouldn't just, Malcolm X in front of the algebra class or nothing like that. But it's fun. I imagine a lot of the students probably, recognize me on social media now.
TikTok, I think TikTok definitely helped with that.
And they grown, and I thought maybe we was finna be ready to vote, but they might be hiking it up to 35. So
they might be hiking it up to 35.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is so crucial, like the type of information that you have, we could even or not we, but you could even tap into the homeschools. Because my aunt, she sent her kids to a homeschool, which was like a compound of other homeschool kids, but they only focus on their curriculum. Right. And I know places like that would eat that type of stuff up.
Yeah,
because it was nothing but black kids in there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for your movement.
Now that the book
because I'm a nerd,
proven,
I love history.
Yeah, now that the book is proven over the course of a year, you know what I'm saying, and the people that, were able to consume the book and give testimonials and stuff like that.
Do you anticipate to put it on the larger platforms?
Yeah, that's now that it's proven, we're taking it to the next level. I guess to the masses essentially, but stuff like that, the homeschool curriculums and things like that, that's really important. I do have the Blacktown's history curriculum also in addition to the book. So I got several.
This is exciting.
I got several things coming for sure.
This is exciting. I'm so excited for your journey. I can't wait to keep watching. But before we continue with the interview, I like to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
We play a little game called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So just a few questions. Feel free to ask the guest, the audience for help if you need it.
Okay.
But let's do it. How many bones are in the human body?
Oh man. Ooh, 122. Way higher than that. 522. 320. Oh, 175.
Y'all want me to tell you?
Yeah.
206.
206.
It's 206.
Okay.
It was 206. What's the name of the longest river in the world?
In the world?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the Nile River.
It is. Yeah. It is. I be having to stop people because they try and talk themselves out the correct answer. I'm like, nope, that's it. You got it. Don't say it. Yeah. Okay. How many continents are there?
7.
That's right. Good. How long is one regular term for a U.S. representative?
A representative?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say 4 years.
Final answer?
2.
It is 2.
All right.
And then the very last one, I just wanted to see what you knew. What is Clara Luper known for?
She's known for, I was taught in school, again, I was taught about the Harlem Renaissance, not taught about Black Wall Street. I was taught about the sit-in movement starting in Greensboro, North Carolina in 1960. And then I learned about Clara Luper as I got older, actually starting the probably first sit-ins in 1958 in Oklahoma City with her students. She was a teacher and activist.
And her kids.
She was arrested 26 times.
Sheesh.
As an activist. Graduated in Langston in 1941. Yeah.
He know a little bit about Claire. I figured you would. That's what I wanted to ask.
Dr. Donda West was in those sit-ins?
No, yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, Kanye's mother was in those. She participated in some of those sit-ins.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. That's not in volume 1, though.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's going to be in volume 2. So.
Yeah, you're going to need a couple of volumes of all the history that we have.
Yeah, it's not going to stop. Well, I'm getting ready to do a Florida Black Facts.
Yeah?
Unbanned history, because of what's going on in Florida.
Yeah.
So I can definitely tell you why they want to ban our history down there.
Tell us. It's just too robust. It's too
Florida
much.
Black Facts.
Floridians.
It's easy to crank. I can crank one of these books out in like a few days, really.
Wow.
Because of the format. It's just facts, really.
It's just facts.
So just go
and the way that you're breaking it down, The way that you're putting it,
the way we're
formatting
teaching and learning history is actually how we're going to end systemic racism
I agree.
in the future, in my opinion. Just the younger, the youth, whether 30, 40, 50 years from now, I mean, it's only a matter of really educating these young people on the truths of American history. And that's why also it's such a big movement against it right now, because of how empowering it is. So,
They're afraid.
we having a ball, though.
We literally are. We having a ball.
It's
Make it
on.
happen.
It's on.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to keep it on the same light wave for a little bit. Who are your top 5 favorite artists right now?
What kind of artists?
Which one you want to do? Hip hop, R&B, blues, jazz?
Artists right now? Dang. Top 5, just period. I'm just gonna go with the top 5 artists of anything.
Yeah, any.
Okay, so can I just do 5 or I gotta put them in order?
No, they don't have to be in the order, just 5.
So Gang Tajun.
Okay.
All right.
Shout out to Tulsa.
I'm gonna put Chris the God MC Kane in there.
He done been on a few
All
people's
right.
top 5. That's what's up.
I'm gonna put. Then I gotta go to. I'm gonna just go ahead and go to 3D Nati.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
It's a female rapper.
3D Nati.
Look her up.
Okay.
3D Nati. And I'm gonna go to J. Cole.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go to Super Smith, the young black mayor.
Super
who
Smith.
goes by Soup YBM for short.
Oh.
I'm gonna just throw him at number 1 since he's
Okay.
an Oklahoma rap legend.
Is he?
Yeah, for sure.
People gotta tap in.
Yeah, people gotta tap in. But that's gonna be, a big deal soon. Like, people are gonna begin to be able to hear that legend, the legend of Super Smith, the young black mayor. So, yeah, for sure.
How'd you meet him? Or you just heard, or you haven't met
The
him?
man in the mirror.
The man.
He's the man in the mirror.
It's you!
Absolutely.
Why did it throw me off? I'm sitting there being slow. I was like, I've never heard of this person. So you do music too?
Yeah, so I'm on the low. I'm an Oklahoma rap legend on the low.
Okay.
I got like 20 projects that like never hit the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Is that on purpose? Because you don't want to?
Well, because of the time frame. I was really most active.
Do you plan on re-releasing it? Or putting it out
so
there?
That's what Oklahoma Rap Legend is. It's essentially,
Yeah.
my body of work, my catalog. I'm going to be releasing stuff soon.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I got a few videos on my platform. Black Calabasas.
Black Calabasas.
Yeah, that's one of my lead singles. You familiar with Calabasas?
I am familiar with Calabasas in California.
You know the racial demographics of Calabasas?
White people?
For the most part,
That's all
about
I thought.
85%.
Yeah.
That's where most of the rap moguls
It is. They
decide
do.
to invest and live. And
They do.
Of course. So if they knew we had these black towns,
We could have
then
Black Calabasas.
if they knew we had Black Calabasas,
Oh.
maybe they come here, right? The young black mayor got them covered, no doubt. That's what it's all about.
It's
And
prime
it go
time.
deep. It's I got a whole build out
Yeah.
of rebuilding all that's been there, that's still there. And so it's a whole lot there. My mind get to going, I'll get to talking, but
How'd you know that this was the right time? Like, what was it in you that told you, like, yeah, we're ready now?
yeah, just results. Results, the dialogue going on in our community, the hatred in our community that we still see. It's just time for the truth to be revealed, and
It's time.
it has come into fruition.
Yeah.
It's I guess the top season now at this point. I mean, I'm getting older too, so.
Yeah. Aren't we all each day, though? We all.
Things take time.
They do.
And we gotta, steer the course.
That's
stay
right.
the course. So.
Consistency is key. We
Yeah.
preach that here on the Wave Talk.
Yeah, so
Can't do
it's-
nothing without
it's
consistency.
Definitely time.
Yes. Are you recruiting? I feel like recruiting is such a weird word, but are you getting people on board with your move as far as like people who are also spreading the word, or you trying to stay like a one-man band?
Yeah, so that's interesting. Right now, I'm really going to be looking for people that want to gain an opportunity to take advantage of what's there for us, our inheritance, essentially, Black Wall Street.
Right.
But just through collaboration. Through collaboration, I don't have a big team at all. And there's a lot to be done. There's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
You know, I'm completely independent. You know, you can't really preach self-governance and not really emulate that
Yeah,
to the
not
fullest
self-governed.
extent. You know, so again,
Yeah.
number one in the nation, underground, if I must say so.
Yeah.
No, this is exciting and interesting though. But group economics, you know, is ultimately what we're moving towards. You know, so there's a lot to be done. There's a lot of job opportunities.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people don't want to hear about equity and
Which they
gaining
should though.
ownership and
Which they should though.
what I'm doing, or you know, the black towns. There's so much land available there for us, like idle land.
Yeah.
And so there's opportunities across the board to really gain access to the freedom that we had within the historically all black town. That's financial freedom,
Yep.
economic freedom, and freedom of oppression, which is really important, and really the only way that we could obtain that is to move black.
It's to move black.
For sure.
I'm trying to join the movement. I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I love history. I love learning about stuff like that.
I don't know if you're ready. You know my history?
No. I like to learn history. Just a little bit, but not all of it.
But
No.
my history shows that, you know, through collaboration with me, like you'll go. You
Instantly.
might. Like, I don't own this.
Right.
You feel me? I'm just
A vessel.
the vessel that this is
Just
flowing
a vessel.
through. And so, you know, I encourage people all the time to lock in. You know, I got 700,000 followers across my social platforms. I can't make content every day, all day.
That makes
you know?
sense.
And so if somebody get their face in the place, and especially if they can pick up on this message and this mission and contribute to that, then they'll benefit greatly on their own personal mission. And so,
Y'all hear that?
Young Black Mayor on all social platforms.
And so many
Interns,
opportunities.
Job opportunities,
Yeah.
executive opportunities. All of that is there right now. That's what I mean by
Right now, at this
milestones.
moment.
So we reach that milestone to where we can expand. So that's what's going on right now.
Gosh, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to have to tap in because I want to be involved. I'm already sold, okay? I know you weren't trying to sell anything, but I bought it. But yes, talk to us about what the next 5 years is going to look like for you.
Oh man, the next 5 years is going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of wealth obtained in those 5
We
years.
love to hear that.
Yeah, we're moving into a lot of wealth right now. And I'm talking
good.
about everybody in this room.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So a lot of wealth over the next 5 years. We're going to build out. So in 5 years, we'll be at either 9 or 10 years into hosting the 13 Black Towns tour,
Oh, cool.
which started as the Black Towns Motorcycle Tour in 2019. So as the young Black mayor, remember I told you I ran for mayor?
Right.
Right, that ran its course. You know, that was in 2015. I've since positioned myself as an honorary mayor to support the Black towns and represent the towns in the proper capacity, the 13 that still exist.
Honorary, let's
All right.
go.
And so I wanted to make a statement about the Black towns. So I said, let's visit all 13 in one day. And so it made sense for motorcycles.
That makes sense.
So we had the Black Towns Motorcycle Tour. We were the first people in the world to visit all 13 of the Black Towns
That is so
in one
neat.
day back in 2019. We have since continued to do it. This will be the 5th year. It's spread out over the course of Labor Day weekend. You have the option to still do all in one day, the motorcycles, but I've expanded and added, everybody's inclusive,
Okay.
regardless of the vehicle they drive, as long
Right.
as it can make the way.
Right, as long as
The
you can make the
motorcycles
way.
still lead the way. The Black Towns Motorcycle Tour, fifth annual.
Yeah.
But the 13 Black Towns Tour is what we have moved into. It's really built out at its full, and my full vision is essentially a traveling music festival.
Yeah.
You know, you can go between these 13 Black towns and get just about any of our entertainment. You know, we should have been
I agree.
going into these Black towns at least on a festival basis.
I agree. Just
You know.
because.
I didn't even know about black motorcycle culture.
I didn't
when
either.
I came up with the Black Towns Motorcycle Tour, I didn't know about Myrtle Beach. I didn't know there was Black Bike Week in Daytona and stuff like that. And hundreds of thousands of people pull up for this culture. Should have been visiting the Black Towns long ago. But shout out to the Black Wall Street Motorcycle Rally.
Okay.
It's actually this weekend in Tulsa. This is the second year, and last year it was packed out.
It was a great turnout.
Yeah, it was a big 10,000 people or so, probably more. Yeah. So
No,
we moving on.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is my last question because I know we're going to have to wrap up soon. Are you documenting your progress around the way? Are you going to come out like a documentary or something?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that whole Oklahoma rap legend,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was always filming,
That's
always
good.
filming, always taking pictures. So I'm a historian by nature.
Right.
That's why I took a picture of you a minute ago, because to capture this moment in history more than anything. So
Yeah.
it would be in my archives more than anything. And so I have documented over time. I mean, I have a lot of data collected and content,
good.
video, of especially when I was active as an artist. And if you don't know about Super Smith, the Oklahoma rap legend,
Right.
just ask the legend.
Just ask the legends.
Yeah,
They'll
ask the
tell me all
legends.
about
If
it.
you consider anybody to be an Oklahoma rap legend, ask the legends, and they definitely probably they'll be able to tell you. Yeah,
Absolutely. I believe you.
for sure.
I believe you. You've already told everybody the platforms to find you at Young Black Mayor on your social media platforms. Is there any other, like a website or anything to where people can reach out and get the novel?
Yeah, so not a novel,
Oh,
more
I'm
like
sorry.
a list.
Not a
film.
novel. But LOL, I'm sitting up here, I looked down, the first word that showed up
Yeah.
to me was novel.
That's good
I knew
though.
that.
That's a part of it though. That's now you know. You remember that's why I say novel, because it's not a novel. It's more
not
like
a
a list
novel.
film. But Young Black Mayor on all social platforms. The link is in the bio. But youngblackmayor.com. It's also a .com.
Okay.
And you might as well go to the Black Towns Freedom Fund, blacktowns.solutions. That's what I need you to help me with.
Okay.
You know, the Black Towns Freedom Fund.
Freedom
Yeah,
Fund.
this is how we're going to get everybody back to freedom.
Back to freedom.
Right?
Yeah, it sounds like reparations to me.
Yeah, it's a self-reparation. That's even more powerful and even more beautiful.
Self-reparations.
But we might have to put the pressure on them folks too. We can
It ain't
just.
might, we will.
Well, I will talk about it after.
Talk about it.
Because reparation, that all the people enslaved in Indian territory, all the black folks enslaved here were owned by Indians, right? Native Americans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, most Americans don't know about our black towns, and we don't know that Native Americans or Indians enslaved black people. Yeah, so slavery didn't end in Oklahoma because it was Indian territory, but it didn't end in Oklahoma until a year after Juneteenth.
I did hear that.
Yeah, so that's
I
what
did
that's
hear
about.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I'm over here thrilled. I got so much from this interview. I am so excited to have you on this couch. I really appreciate you for even stopping by.
No doubt.
He was so quick with the response too, so forever grateful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Everybody stay tuned. We will be back with our closing statement. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I want to give a huge thank you to today's guest, Mr. Young Black Mayor. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Like he said, he's got girl, why do I keep doing that? He's got 700,000 followers on all social media platforms. It's the end of the day, y'all. It's my last interview, so I'm a little tongue-tied. Don't worry about it. As I do on every episode, I am going to close with a cute little quote. This one isn't long at all, and it just says, observe, but do not absorb. I feel like it is so important to be observant of your surroundings, people who are near you, and internally, but you cannot absorb. Don't let it absorb you, especially online, because you're going to start to realize that your thoughts are not your own, and you're coming up with these misconceptions in your head because you're being influenced by social media and other factors that aren't important. So remember, guys, observe, but do not absorb. Absorb? What?
You got it.
That's crazy, man. I'm so sorry, y'all. But we keep all of it on the Wave Talk because I'm One Take Drake. Duh. I want to give a huge shout out to New Wave or No Wave, the home team. my gal. Make sure y'all follow New Wave on Instagram, NXWINC. I want to give a shout out to Life Media 405 behind the camera production team. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at The Wave Talk Official. And remember, guys, it's a talk show, not a podcast. I'll see you next time.